If you remember last time I was here, I mentioned there was a really big storm that came through. Well, here's a whole tree branch that is snapped off right in the middle of the tree. And it's kind of hanging dangerously over one of the guest pathways. I'm gonna let someone here know about that. That's bad. Welcome back to the Hennisphere, everyone. Welcome back to Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. It's Friday, May 30th, and that means it's time to talk about another special event that's coming up on June 6th, and that's the roller coaster rodeo. A lot of people from YouTube were here last year for, I forget if it was 2 or 3 days, but this year it is 3 days. It's the 5th time they've done this event. There's going to be a lot of extended ride time on a lot of the roller coasters in the park just for people attending this event. And there's also going to be some lift walks. I know that Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger is going to have a $30 lift walk, as well as another break block walk. That one's 75 feet, and then the tallest one is, I believe, 150 something feet up in the air, but that's $30. They're also going to do a walk on Goliath, and then there is another ride, Superman. They're also going to do one for Superman Krypton coaster. Some other stuff happening with roller coaster rodeo, or a cowboy breakfast, as well as a big rodeo, I forget if it was dinner or lunch. You get a lanyard, you get a t-shirt, and then you get VIP early access and VIP seating to a bunch of different shows. So the price for that I saw was $80 for 1 day, and then I believe it was $100 for a 3-day ticket. So it makes sense, if you can do all 3 days, just do the 3-day. Even if you're doing 2 days, buy the 3-day ticket. It's only $20 or $30 more than the single day. First up, let's go check out the Chupacabra and some on-ride footage. All right, I did let someone who was checking tickets and passes know about the tree branch, so they're gonna talk to their manager hopefully about it and get someone from landscaping to come out and hopefully remove it. I'm hoping that the branch was snapped all the way off, just so they can just get up on a ladder and quickly remove it without like getting a chainsaw or anything involved. But we'll see. We'll check back later on when we leave the park. I haven't ever shown off these areas before, but from the parking lot you can see stuff like a bunch of fiberglass, and you can tell that is Mardi Gras stuff right there, and that's because this is the sign shop, as you see right there, and further down that is the fiberglass shop where that white truck is. But the big building in the back where the tractor trailers are is actually the warehouse for shipping and receiving. So like your deliveries of food, especially candy for Halloween, and different pieces for the roller coasters, that all goes there in that building. Another building that's a little interesting is this inflatable looking one right there, and that is a newer building. It seems like it's temporary, but it's going to be there for the foreseeable future. That was built around late 2023, early 2024, and that spot of land it sits on is a little interesting because old pieces of rides and remnants of the past basically were sitting there on that little piece of land. One update for today is that there's no sign out here for limited ops on Iron Rattler because they are running 2 trains again. So the line, from what I can see, it is moving fast. There's a much shorter line than last week. The line for Chop 6 is pretty long right now. There's about 10 people in line. I totally forgotten about that place. If you remember back in 2019, I used to eat there every single week. And now It's been 6 months since I've been. One question I have for you guys in this video is, what would you think of me live streaming from this park? I wouldn't be live streaming on-ride footage or shows, because the shows are full of copyrighted music, but what would you think of doing the construction updates and getting off-ride footage just like this? You see the Joker going in the background, waterfalls. The place is absolutely beautiful. Just leave a comment if you have an opinion on it, whether you'd like to see it or not, and if I don't hear back, I'll put a poll up on the channel asking just a simple yes or no, whether you'd like to see live streaming or not. Here's your construction update for outside of Lone Star Lil's. I really like the little minecart. It's like a Universal reference now. Minecart Madness at Six Flags? Doesn't look like anything new is over there, but over here there should be. Oh yeah, look at that. They've got that shed. It looks like fully enclosed now. And I really wonder if maybe what we're seeing is this right here might be brand new. The water fountain features, I believe, used to be just this right here. Just this part. And now this wood right here, it looks fresh. So this whole part has been added, perhaps. I could be totally wrong, but it looks new. All the way over to here, and then they built another shed similar to what's on the other side. You could see that shed with windows right there. I think that's what's happened. They have doubled the size of these water features. Here's another angle of that shed, and there's the entrance right there. All the cable boxes are going to be hooked up pretty soon. A lot of work being done there. They even have old stuff like stands in the back. And then they have these, I don't know what they are, almost electrical poles. But those are used for the nighttime spectacular fireworks shows.
Hyperdrive online. Initiating hypertime jump.
What's going on?
Unknown error.
Switch over. Drop!
I am in control now.
Red. How?
Your security protocols were pathetically easy to subvert.
Warning. Hyperdrive approaching speed force carrier.
Abort hypertime jump.
Control access denied.
I will let you do that, Victor. Your volunteers and I have an experiment.
Oh boy. Well, Cyborg Cyber Revolution was fun, but I did notice one design flaw, and that is you can only load and unload half the capacity at any time, which means half the people are stuck up in the air like they are right now, while the other half of the ride has to unload and then reload. So if you load first, you go up in the air and you sit there for 2 to 5 minutes while everyone else on the ground gets off and gets back on. But then once they get on, then the ride starts. And after the cycle completes, you will unload and get off while the other people are now stuck above you for 2 to 5 minutes. So I kind of wish there was something else to do while you were up in the air just waiting. Like, I mean, I don't really know what they could do other than onboard audio, but if they could somehow put like TVs or something up in the air, that would be kind of cool. I don't know how they would do that though. Just an idea.
You're up and out of here.
out prices. $1,050. I use a butte. Over here in Rockville, you can see they've been working on the ground. There's some white tubes sticking up. I don't know if that's water. It could be. I still don't know what it is, but it looks like it might be going up for like a new building. Because if you look on the wall right there, you can kind of see something was attached right here and right here. So it's like they tore off something and now they're gonna rebuild it. But not sure. I'll keep you updated. Pete's Eats is also brand new. Look at all the food hot and ready to go in front of you. It looks great in here. Look at all the desserts. I think they have milkshakes as well. I love it. Well, as you can see, they definitely have new meal options here at Pete's Eats for this year. The entire restaurant has been redone. You can see there's barely any line there. All the food is fresh in front of you. The sides, the mains, the desserts, the drinks. They don't have honey mustard though. They only have yellow Heinz 57, so I got barbecue instead. But just like Sangerfest Hall, this place has been completely redone. Not just in terms of the aesthetics, the exterior or whatnot, but the food options are different. And it says here there's gonna be new furniture, same as Sangerfest. They both have signs that say new furniture coming soon. It looks like there's no line for Poltergeist, so I'm gonna make a go of it, try to get some Rayban Stories video. I'm filming with the glasses. All right, that was the best part. Oh. Well, over here in the Boardwalk, we have Fireball reopened after not operating last time. And everything actually in the Boardwalk is open today. Let's check the line on Wonder Woman. Wow, there's a very short wait for Wonder Woman. It's a station wait. Here's our update from earlier. That tree branch is no longer there. Good deal. A lot safer. Can't believe people were standing directly under. Well, that was a great ride on Poltergeist, followed by a walk through the Boardwalk and then eventually riding Superman Krypton coaster. I met someone when I was in line for Poltergeist, someone else that was riding by themselves. So we rode together. They were in the military like me. They're from Washington State like me. Really interesting, fun stuff. They used to go to Six Flags over Texas though when they were a little bit younger. So cool stuff. I let them know they got a Giga Dive going up there next year, and I told him what rides he should go on in the park since this was one of his first times coming here. But they were doing a lot of different things now for Superman. They have an area where you place all of your stuff, kind of like cliffhanger before you get to the station. And they were also running one train for some reason. I don't know why, because that was a long wait. That was almost a 30-minute wait for Superman. Not used to that. And they also had a boulder off to the right-hand side with a lion logo on it, and it said that it was a tribute to Victor De Leon, who I guess tragically passed away last year. He must have only been 30 years old. That's really sad. It said that online, from what I could find, he worked in the fiberglass shop here and did some mechanical work as well, but I really don't know if I crossed paths with him when I worked here. I might have. I'm gonna try to do some more research and figure out what exactly happened, because it sounds like it was just a tragic accident. But other than that, I'm gonna sign off here from Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. Again, let me know in the comments if you would like me to live stream from here one of these times. And I will continue posting POVs and vlogs and YouTube shorts almost every day. So thanks for watching, guys. That was another day in the Hennisphere.